Hi everyone, my name's Paul and I'm an electronics engineer and I've been developing products for quite some time. Today I want to show you some really neat features of this device here called the Pokit Pro. Now, if you've been testing and measuring on your circuit boards, you'll have come across a problem, which is how to measure across a voltage element which isn't connected to ground in your circuit. In other words, how do you measure differentially? Now look, on a conventional oscilloscope like this, you would probably need to use two channels to achieve that. The reason is because on a conventional scope, you have this lead, but it's actually connected to earth. So wherever you're measuring, you're earthing that part of your circuit. So if you want to measure across a resistor or a capacitor that's in circuit, you basically have to use two of these, run channel maths, and actually measure the differential voltage using two probes. The wonderful thing about the Pokit Pro is because it's a truly floating device, you don't have that problem. You don't need two probes to measure across a device. A single Pokit Pro will do that for you. I'm going to measure here an element within this circuit. Now this is a video board, it's running some digital video, and I've actually got a device here which is a capacitor, and I can just measure directly across that, and the waveforms come up on the screen and I'm seeing the noise across that capacitor. Now I can tell you that if I did that with a conventional scope just now, I would have set the breaker off within the building. The reason is because that circuit would have been shorted to ground and there would have been a large current and rush into the scope. I don't have that problem with this device. I measure differentially, but as well, I'm floating, so I'm not shorting to ground. So I can measure it with a single probe. I can see the waveform anywhere in my circuit just with any 2 points. It's really great in that regard. The other thing to keep in mind is because it is floating and you're not shorting things to ground, it gets rid of the problem of ground loops and the noise that you injected through ground connections. If you've had a circuit before and you're connecting multiple probes to it from a conventional oscilloscope, you'll know how complicated it is to debug a circuit where there's ground injection into that circuit. Not so with the Pokit Pro. You can measure it, there's no ground injection because I'm not shorted to ground. So this is a really neat feature of having a floating device like this. It really does help you speed up your test and debug time. So there you have it, Pokit Pro, a truly differential probe, not shorted to ground, completely floating, which gives you some versatility and allows you to do things that you couldn't do before.